Hey, Mike, how are you, man? Where are you guys right now?
Reno, Nevada.
Reno, Nevada. Doing
Yes,
a little
sir.
gambling there?
I don't gamble.
Well, that's a good idea.
Hard for it to throw it away.
Well, you probably make a decent amount of money. That's one trap that you could get into because it would be very easy to lose all of your money.
It's not worth it. The couple times that I have, I never win, and I figure they don't build all these big, huge places because people are winning a lot of money.
Exactly. They design it for you to lose money.
Right.
Let's talk about the Stimulate This tour with Stain, Shinedown, and Chevelle. And tell us about this. This is the opposite. This is designed to give people something affordable in this tough economy, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the idea, you know what I mean? And Hailstorm's on it also. More bands were trying to do under $40 ticket, trying to do tie-ins with, like, local businesses and stuff. So, like, if you buy a ticket, you get, I don't know, a taco or something. You know what I mean?
Sure, right.
Look, everybody's getting bailed out of different things except for, Joe blue-collar worker. So
Yeah, where's our bailout?
Right, exactly. So you know what? This is our attempt to say, hey, if you want to come out for a night, $40 a ticket, come out, hopefully forget about all that and enjoy yourself.
Do you think of your fans as being mostly working class or middle class fans?
Who isn't, right?
Right.
I would say, yeah, for sure. I consider myself to be that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
how are things in Springfield, by the way, where you guys are from?
Springfield. I live probably about an hour outside of Springfield now, but we talk about a blue-collar place. I mean, that's it, But that's where we came from, and that's where we started, and, we still pretty much call it home.
I'm glad rock music is addressing these things. I can't think of a better time when it's more clear what rock and roll should be rebelling against than right now.
For us, it's really about just trying to get something back to the people that need it, and our fans who've still allowed us to be here for all these years. That's really what it's about for us.
Yeah, I was thinking about the album title, too, The Illusion of Progress. At first, I thought that was about your music, but then the more I think about it, it's got a lot of layers.
For sure.
Sort of alludes to all these things going on in the world.
That's exactly right.
The economic progress in, the internet would be another one as far as buying music on the internet. Seems like progress at first, and now we see
Right.
what it's doing to everything.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, and hey, people are still buying a ton of music. I mean, in fact, they say people are buying more music now than ever.
Right.
I mean, the problem is that people buy a song, and they become a fan of a song and not of a band, and bands become disposable. And, I mean, the best thing is if you have your favorite band, buy their record. And look, that day is probably not far off where people aren't putting out records. They're putting out 3 songs or, small EPs in quicker or whatever. Something's got to change because, I mean, the CD's the 8-track. I mean, it's dead. You can't, they don't sell CD players. I mean, how many kids want a CD player? Nobody. And the record companies are trying to sell CDs. I mean, it's idiotic.
Yeah.
But they're hanging on to it.
Do you think that people, especially with the economy now, are just not sympathetic to you guys at all as far as your art isn't getting out there because they're trying to make ends meet. They can't afford a whole album, and they've been in situations where even though there's a lot of people making good albums that don't get heard, you got a lot of, somebody was mentioning the other day how a few years ago they bought a Justin Timberlake album and it was 4 radio singles and the rest was filler and it was obvious. And that's what they're used to.
And that's a shame because, I mean, I know from our standpoint, we try extremely hard to try to make a record that's good from beginning to end. I'm not going to say you're going to like every song, but if you're a fan of the band, hopefully you're only skipping 1 or 2. You know what I mean? Because I know when we make a record, we try really, really hard not to have that filler in there. I mean, there's been songs that we haven't put out. We've written more songs to make, for in our minds anyways, to think that it was a complete record. And it's a shame when we work so hard that nowadays you hope that somebody downloads a single, which isn't even really a good representation, I don't think, of where the band, like the first single off this record, it was the most familiar sounding Stain song on the record.
Right.
There's some songs on this record that really show, I think, a really big growth for the band and a change, and I said really musical stuff on there, but they'll probably never be singles. And if you don't buy the record, you're not a fan, you're never going to hear it. Good luck to any band that's coming out today. I mean, like I said, you hope that you have a single that becomes big and people want that song.
Right.
But they're not going to hear anything else. And when your next record comes out, if you don't have another big single like that, nobody's going to listen to you. You're going to be done. It's going to be really tough for a rock band, I think, to have any kind of longevity these days unless you have that constant hit single, hit single, hit single.
Right.
And you talk about everybody thinks, oh, you're in a rock band, you make so much money, blah, blah, blah. I'll tell you what, dude, It's that might have been the case 10, 15 years ago.
Not anymore.
As with anything, I think today. I mean, it's not just what we do. I think it's everybody's job's the same. I mean, people are trying to hang on to their jobs for dear life. You know, you work 4 times as hard to get, a quarter of the reward.
Well,
you just got to be a hard worker.
Here's another idea for the Stimulate This tour, maybe for some of the dates further down the line. If you got laid off recently, you can come in, bring proof, and maybe bring your ex-boss. You guys can bring him on stage and kick him in the balls or something like that?
Well, we didn't do the kick in the balls thing, but we're ahead of you. I think we're trying to do things where if people lost their job or whatever, doing some kind of if there's lawn seats, if there's room, then you can come to the show for I don't know if it's going to be free or $10 or whatever, but we're definitely trying to do things also with people that have proof that they, recently lost their job, and we're trying to do stuff with military and things of that nature. You know what I mean? If you're back and, you want to go to the show and you have your military ID, then, so all those things are in the work. It just takes a lot to get all that stuff to coordinate. So, but we're working on it now.
Well, tickets are on sale today for the Stimulate This tour with Stain, Shinedown, Chevelle, and Hellstorm Meriwether Post Pavilion, July 9th. Mike, appreciate your time, man.
No worries. Thank you, man. It was great talking to you and looking forward to the show. Love playing that place.